Welcome back to Talk of the Town. Well, why would you want to order out when you can make something this good at home? We have an Asian-inspired recipe today for a savory beef soup that sounds so good. Sallie Swor is with us today, a cookbook author, a blogger, and a fabulous cook. I can't wait to try this.
Thank you, Meryl. It's delicious. I think you're going to love it.
I bet. What do you call this?
Well, we came up with a name for it because we sort of invented it. It's just an Asian-inspired savory beef soup. My husband
Let me stir
loves
this around so you can
steak.
see all the good stuff that's in this. Yeah, he loves steak. In fact,
he loves steak,
he
and
buys
if we
so
ever
much.
have leftovers,
Yeah.
which sometimes they're fortunate to do, he wants steak and biscuits, and I needed something a little healthier, so I came up with this as an alternative. It starts
great.
with a beef broth, and it's got some seasoning in it that we actually need to fish out before we go further.
Okay.
It's got star anise.
Let me hold this so you can see this, because a lot of folks probably aren't familiar with this spice, but it's
Doesn't
really
it smell
neat.
good?
Look at that. Yeah, it does. It smells fantastic, and it adds just such an interesting flavor to this.
Christmas decorations, use a glue gun.
Yeah, okay, good. All right, so star anise is one of the spices.
Cinnamon stick,
Okay.
and chopped up ginger.
Okay, so you've
And
already had that cooking in the broth.
It's simmered for about 30 minutes, so you're going to fish that out because the cinnamon's hard and the star anise, so you don't want to eat that.
And you've got ginger in there too.
Oh, yeah. Doesn't it smell good?
It really does. Okay, so after you cook that in the broth, you take out all the big chunks of spices.
Get the big stuff out.
Okay. And then what?
And then we're going to put these noodles in. Now, we could have soaked these for a while to make them a little more pliable, but they'll cook down in the broth.
And while you're putting those in, let me show you what kind of noodles these are. It's nice that international ingredients are available in
They're
regular grocery
everywhere
stores
now.
these days. This is, they're rice noodles, right?
They're rice noodles.
Okay. And it looks like this in a package. Just look in the international aisle of your grocery
right,
store.
and if you have, since this is a leftover dish, if you have leftover spaghetti noodles, vermicelli, you can use those or anything you want. You could leave out the noodles.
Okay.
There's so
And
much good
these
stuff in
don't
here.
have to be cooked ahead if you're going to cook it in the broth.
They can just soak right in there.
Okay.
Okay, and then our next ingredient is fresh herbs. So we've got green onions, we have mint, we have Thai basil. You don't have to have Thai basil. I just was fortunate to have them. Cilantro, and my little easy tip is I just use my scissors.
Oh, that's a
snip
good
it up.
idea, rather than cutting it up with a knife.
Kitchen
That's
scissors.
fast.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
So you get that chopped up, and then everything just goes in the soup.
So you have fresh bean sprouts.
Bean sprouts,
and
green
spinach.
onions, and a handful of spinach
Okay.
that I think just makes it a little bit fresher tasting, and all these great herbs. If you don't like cilantro, leave it out. A lot of people are opposed to cilantro.
I don't know why, because I think it's fabulous. But yeah, my husband's that way. He
It's
doesn't
got a
like it.
strong taste,
Yeah.
but I love it. So anyway, all this herb goes in, and all the spinach.
So many fresh flavors going into this.
I know. You ready to give it a little stir?
I am.
And then, not to be forgotten, our leftover steak here. And I've got some already cut up. This is literally just leftover grilled steak, and I'm going to cut it right here on the grain.
What
into
kind of
little
steak
thin-
are we talking about?
This is sirloin steak, which is frequently on sale, very affordable steak, and it's a lot leaner than some other cuts too.
Now you marinated this.
I did, just to put a little flavor back in because it sat in the refrigerator overnight. I put it in a little bit of mirin,
Okay.
which is this rice wine, I'm sorry.
So that's a Japanese ingredient.
And then I'm going to stir this into the marinade, and we'll go ahead and put this in there so it can heat through, because really that's about all you're doing is heating your steak through. And then my great secret ingredient is this fish sauce, which I love. I have a friend whose husband was stationed in Japan, and she gave me this for Christmas.
Wow.
It was one of my favorite presents.
Most people want earrings, you want fish sauce.
She's my go-to for things like that.
But
And
that is the secret ingredient. And when you take a look at the finished product, I mean, that looks like something you'd order in a Japanese restaurant, but you can make this yourself at home. See how easy it is?
It's so easy.
Sallie,
It's so
thanks.
delicious.
This
Thank you,
looks
Meryl.
Terrific. I can't wait to try it. All right, this is recipe number 5251. You'll find it right now on our website at newschannel5.com in the Talk of the Town recipes section. Be sure to check out Sallie's blog for more great ideas. We're going to link you to thedearone.com.